Greetings once again. Last time we had some unwinding after Castle Ravenloft, but what is some unwinding without me forgetting to do a review and then reviewing with the rest of the players the first half, as I've dubbed it, of Castle Ravenloft. I'm going to start over here for no reason in particular and ask, in your opinion, what were your favorite and least favorite combats?
Well, definitely the high point of the whole thing was the fight in Strahd's throne room, right? Like, come on. We got to blow up a bunch of guys. Strahd was real pissed. We got to rescue Arena. It was definitely the high point of the whole thing. The weakest combat was definitely the single ghost inside the catacombs. At the point where you encounter it, unless someone's walking in there alone. Like, if you go in with a party, it's basically just a speed bump to everything else you're doing. And every other fight in there, at least, even if it was a really easy fight, had a cool imagery, or because the other easy fights that I was kind of thinking of was when the fucking hands came out at us when we were in the cells. But that was cool and was like, what the fuck? There are these Castlevania zombie hands fucking attacking us. And it wasn't super easy, but another kind of low-key fight was when all the zombies popped out of the water in that torture room. But that's still a cool image when they all popped out around us and rushed us. That was pretty dope. So yeah, I would definitely say the weakest fight was the other one I mentioned.
Single catacomb ghost.
Yeah,
which I had forgotten about, but I know what you're talking about now. What about you? Favorite and least favorite combats?
Favorite combat is when we killed Greyla and the butler.
The manservant.
Thanks, you did.
Aye.
And
Chamberlain.
least favorite, well, it wasn't really a combat, but the brides, because we had actually fight them, just fucking.
Well, see, I just
I'll
didn't
take
count
that.
that because we didn't fight them.
Yeah.
But
I could see it going either way, but it's neat. It deserves a shout out for that virtual. I'll go ahead and take it. What about you?
My favorite was probably the dragons at the end because Strahd was coming. There was like a sense of urgency of we have to kill these things
The
or we're
escape.
fucked. Also, I wasn't.
also, yeah,
expecting
no
them.
one fucking expects. Oh, hey, 3 red dragon.
Gargoyles.
I'm pretty sure they were actually dragons.
No, there were gargoyles, and then after the gargoyles, there were 3 red dragon wormling statues that came to life and came down.
Yeah,
Least-
I just meant
It's
gargoyles.
very cool.
Statues that came to life.
Least
But
favorite.
they weren't statues after that.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't gray dragons, right? They became
Yeah.
normal dragons. Right, okay.
Least favorite, I'm gonna have to go with his answer, mainly because I didn't even remember that we fought a single ghost in the crit. So the fact that I didn't remember it kind
Well,
of means
To be
They
fair, it
won
was
by
over
default.
really fast because he just key bolted it 3 times and it died.
I would fault you had I not also forgotten, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I could dig it. What about you?
See, I'm really trying to think of something else that hasn't been quite said as like a big fight that happened, because I was originally going to go with the entrance, but that was the one that stood out to me the most, just because that's a potential ally, or was an ally. Now they're not. Revealed themselves, and we fought them. We had to. That was neat.
Unique to your game.
Weakest, I'd probably have to say the witch after the spider, the hag after the spiders. Just-
No, I disagree with that because while it was weak in terms of the fight was easy, it was also hilarious
It was
because she
funny.
ran away and you were like, "Get back here!" Ugh.
Well, I mean,
It was
It
funny.
was like the scene in any movie where some people like have a corpse on the ground they just like a person they just killed, and some random person walks in and sees them, and then like everybody pauses for a second, and then the guy turns around and runs.
It was fun. Or like that scene in the first Ocean's 11 with the unconscious guy and the other dude walks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost exactly like that, just with a witch and a minotaur
Yeah.
instead of Brad Pitt and a guy I can't remember.
Well,
Yeah.
then, since you said the bride.
No, that's still your choice. That's fine. I'm just saying. I personally thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I put it that way.
Yeah.
That's so much worse than punching Doru. Or not Doru, fucking Doru's dad. It's comparable. Maybe it's not
depends.
worse, but it's comparable in terms of level of violence versus old person.
Yeah. Well,
She actually had magic.
well, now that you say it, yeah.
Well, he was
That's
a
true,
priest.
that's true.
He could probably cast healing spells. It's a similar situation.
I am gonna say that I was a very big fan. I'm gonna discount the Strahd bit for reasons. Otherwise, that to me was like the most successful because that's part of it for me over here. But I was really excited for the Wormling bit because that's a cool extra. I assume the book thinks that you're gonna think, okay, the gargoyles tried to stop us. Cool, whatever. We're past that. They're Wormlings, so like they're strong, but they're not like straight up dragons. I thought it was pretty cool. They could have maybe done a tiny bit better, but did their deal.
The pressure was
Did their
on.
deal.
Yeah, the pressure was on.
And
I almost didn't make it out of there. I made it out of there with 9 hit points.
And it was only because it didn't target you because of Irina.
and I feel
Yeah. If it didn't care about burning Irina, I would have died.
and I now feel almost obligated to declare that the ghost that I and a number of the party forgot as the worst one, but I will also add a little bit of extra background. That ghost, I believe it was in the tomb of like the dude who like wanted to fly.
Yeah.
Well, there's a cool thing that can happen, but it does something that happens sometimes with encounters that I personally dislike, where is this really going to happen if your party is even halfway competent? Because what the extra bit that didn't happen because you guys are competent is you are instructed to have him possess. He's going to try to possess one of you. That's all he's going to be after. And if he successfully possesses a character, he like bolts, climbs up to a high point on the castle, and just dives off. Like he declares that he's going to fly, but clearly that doesn't happen. Now, how a single ghost is supposed to possess and then hold on to a party member long enough for a chase to where they can jump, not
I
get
think
caught.
maybe the implication is that you're supposed to split up in the catacombs, but that is just a monumentally stupid idea.
Oh,
They have to split up. You have to be possessed. I haven't reread Possession recently, but I bet there's other chances you get to save against it after you've been possessed. What are the odds that you're exploring
Also, we
Castle
couldn't have been
Ravenloft?
possessed anyway because we had the icon of Ravenloft.
What are the odds? That's true. But what are the odds that you are going to be alone, low level, in Castle Ravenloft down there? And of course, what are the odds you're going to get to the catacombs without exploring the top level first, which runs into the icon of Ravenloft? Like, it's straight up super stacked against the potentially cool thing happening. It's a bummer. It's rather weak.
That cool thing is almost instant death if it actually did succeed. So I think
Yeah.
I think it's probably not that likely to happen on purpose. Otherwise, the character would just be dead.
This is Barovia. I think bad things should be happening. At least more easily. So, instead of asking... actually, no, never mind. We're now going to ask... Favorite room... Least favorite room.
Favorite room, huh? Favorite room was definitely... This is kind of dumb because Strahd's throne room is always the best room. That being said, we're probably going to do another review when we do Strahd's castle again. And it's probably going to be the throne room that time. So I'm going to ignore it this time because we didn't actually fight Strahd in it, even though it's technically favorite room, but whatever. Discounting Strahd's room, I think the best room is Strahd's tomb, where his 3 vampire brides jump out at you. That is dope. I know technically they're not part of the room. They're like a combat.
I was really glad.
The only chance, like, if you send one person in there, they're probably gonna die. Frag was lucky enough to win initiative and be super fast, and us to already have a plan to get him out of there with the teleport trap. Because if someone actually gets, like, trapped in there, or if he had just rolled really bad on his initiative, that's just death. 3 vampires mob you, you're gonna die. That is crazy. Also, it's really cool, and it kind of references the movie, you know, when Anthony Hopkins goes in and the 3 of them are, you know, fucking kukris their heads off.
Yeah.
And that's like my favorite part of the movie, basically, when he comes out with the heads and he fucking screams. So, I like it. I thought it was cool. That was definitely the best room. Him switching the book was pretty intense. Although, again, not technically part of the room, but this is what really juiced the room up for me. Least favorite room was definitely the fucking room, the secret, like, bell tower that had spiders and literally nothing else. Like, what the fuck is that? Or actually, you know what? No, sorry. I want to change my answer. That room sucks, but the fake treasure room that doesn't... What the fuck is that even? Other than just to be like a dick?
There were some coins.
Fuck you. That's a bullshit room. That is a bullshit room full of bullshit. So that room sucks.
That's fair, and I'd take that. What about you?
Favorite room. I'll go with the teleportation room. I like that.
Oh, the fire altar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that room.
That is a cool one.
Yeah. Just all the different places you can go.
Both places you will go.
And yeah, just interesting. And then for obvious reasons, least favorite. I would tell one with his. I don't even know what the hell. His fangirl, whatever the heck it's called.
Gertruda, I think was her name.
Yeah. I didn't really find anything in that fucking room that interesting. So.
Well, alright.
Least of all, the person.
What about you?
My favorite room. I'll say I don't know, all of the rooms were pretty good for the most part, but I'll say the library. Someone already took the room I was originally going to say, so instead of repeating what that room is, I'll just go with the library. Mainly because there's story elements there, like there's the picture. And for us, we found one of the items there, and there was also a hidden room in the fireplace, which was pretty fucking neat.
Oh, yeah.
Hidden room that went to a bullshit room.
Yeah, but that bullshit room led to a different hidden room, though.
That was also full of bullshit. It led to the spider room.
Yeah, I know.
But
It was rooms that led to bullshit rooms.
it also led
The fact
to
that there's a
fangirls
hidden room.
No, it didn't.
by eliminating a
We got to that room by going to the teleportation fire at some point, didn't we? We ended up in a different part of the cat. No, we didn't.
No, it was after we defeated the witch.
Yeah.
We just walked down the hall. We came across that room.
Yeah, that's right. Alright. So it was connected to the hidden rooms, though, because we got to the spider...
We got to the library room. Then, from the library room, we went into the secret room.
Yeah.
We checked out the secret room. We went down a hallway. We saw that weird, like, shaft thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to the room with the spiders. Then we came all the way back out into the library. We saw the witch. We chased her out into the hall. We killed her. And then from there, we just picked a direction and went. And that's when we came across Gertruda's room.
I thought she came into the tower with us, the bell tower with us, trying to feed the spiders or some shit.
She did not.
She was looking for her cat.
That's
what was revealed later with Gertruda, who was like, she was looking around for her cat.
Yeah. I can appreciate just the coolness factor of there being a secret room on top of the other cool stuff in the library.
Yeah. My least favorite room is probably the room with, I guess the water and then just the 2 thrones. There is like a hidden room behind it too, though, isn't there?
Oh, the torture room.
Is it
Torture
the torture?
theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, the torture.
There were
theater.
some like torture devices.
Basically, there's just the room is okay on its own. I'm just picking it because it's just some water and some traps and a fight.
Which
I guess.
not
It's
super
not-
interesting right off the bat.
Yeah, it's not terrible
I
on
can
its
do
own. It's just I'm picking that room.
Tell me.
I think I'd probably have to go with, for favorite, when it has been chosen, probably the catacombs. Like, at least, I guess more specifically, the wizard's tomb. Specifically because it has that caveat of saying his name in his own tomb.
Oh, the liches.
Yes, and
Right.
then the staff just is fucking there. And then probably kills the next thing that it touches. Probably. I mean, unless that was just lightning bolt.
That's certainly interesting.
But no, that room is really nice. I could also see, a lot of people not liking it because if you don't say the person's name, it's just an empty ass tomb. But
Yeah.
I thought it's a nice little secret thing to throw in there. Kind of reminds me of like old video games, like finding the secrets. And least favorite, I don't know if the shaft counts, but I mean.
Not a fan of the shaft.
No, not really. Not a huge fan. It was not easy to get a hold of. We couldn't really do anything with it. It was
Maybe-
kind of just there.
Maybe it becomes more interesting when you get to the bottom of it.
Maybe. But I mean, we went to the top. There wasn't anything interesting.
Shut your
We went to the top. There was nothing interesting. So why move all the way down to the bottom from the top?
Mm.
Jokes aside,
Everything
I'm
was,
assuming it was
wasn't
more
even
interesting
going
if we jumped in, like used Featherfall, maybe to the bottom, find another hidden path. But
You did want to reach the bottom of the shaft. You heard
depending
him just
on-
now.
Depending on how the game goes, you may have your second chance. There. I feel like a shout out to the teleportation room is necessary because I really did like it because it has like the what you assumed to be golems in there and
I don't think
assumed
it's an assumption.
and the fact that you have like this thing that not only is potentially useful to you, which you guys used it in a way that was unexpected but still cool, is neat. However, I'm going to officially declare my favorite room as the dungeons that you guys went through because I think it's really neat that there's evidence of a party that came before and failed. I think that's
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah,
love
that's
when that kind of stuff happens. You are supposed to hear about how other people, at least I think you should, hear about how other people came, and adventures are commonplace. They talk in the book about how Barovians may not react super surprised to different races or whatever because adventures come through fairly often. They just never leave. So it's just kind of a whatever. So I really dig that. As opposed to be a little petty, the first receiving room, if only because I wanted the fight with Grayla and the Chamberlain to be strong, be harder, and for no real other reason, though I guess to be more constructive. And it's the entry room. Nothing special happens in it unless you make something special happen in it. So quite literally, it's kind of meh, whatever. As opposed to the rest of the place, it has story to it in arguably every corner, give or take a bell tower. Is there, I'm gonna say, an enemy or Gertruda that you want to give a special shout out to for this was fun and or cool, if not your favorite fight? I liked you.
Well,
With a cut of your jib.
it's really hard because on one hand, no, I'm not going to take both because that's kind of silly. The brides were my favorite part because again, it references my favorite part of the movie. 3 brides. That's awesome. It's really cool. I wanted to fight them, although in retrospect, if we had fought them, we would have come into that fight with less shit. I also didn't have my staff of the fucking staff of power at that point, so it would have been way harder.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good that we didn't fight them, but trust me, I definitely want to fight them when we go back, because that's going to be cool as shit, and I'll throw a shout out to them.
Definitely worthwhile.
Yeah.
What about you?
Favorite part?
Well,
Enemy.
an enemy,
Or
or an enemy, or Gertruda, because I think that's the only NPC you met that you didn't also fight. That you want to throw a shout out to.
We didn't fight
Like,
the
I
accountant.
liked this
You
person.
can fight the accountant.
Oh, I forgot about the accountant. Okay. An enemy that you particularly liked, even if you might have not liked the combat they were in, or the accountant, or Gertruda. Though I guess if you want to name a favorite part, you can also do that. Because, like, hey.
Imprisoned werewolf. He wasn't a fight. But.
Well, sometimes when you're wrong 3 times. Okay. I mean, he's technically an enemy, but maybe not.
I'll go for the obvious one, which is the fucking manservant. Fucking. He, yeah, he's.
Whatever his name
He was
is.
cool.
You can hear the souls of the people he has killed when you approach him. That is metal as shit.
He's neat. I was sad to see him go.
Yeah.
But, such is life.
Also, so is Strahd. He seemed actually upset about it.
A little bit.
It's been with him a while.
When I threw his head at his feet, he, David described him looking down and, saying something, and I was like, oh, I think I made him more mad.
It's been that great.
A favorite enemy
NPC.
or NPC?
Or NPC. Alternatively, you can have a part that you like the most, because it'll probably involve somebody.
I don't know. I think I liked Gertruda because she's kind of a fucking idiot, and somehow it makes her somewhat endearing how stupid she is. But almost like a pet instead of a person. I'm just joking.
Jesus Christ.
I know that's mean.
That was the other
exactly.
person I was going to say, though, is not necessarily because of anything she did, but I think her presence there really shows the effect that Strahd can have on an average person. Because she drunk the Kool-Aid hella hard.
She did.
And you mostly see Strahd in a villainous light, so to see someone so enamored with him, it's not just that she's naive, although she is naive, but it also shows that Strahd is a charming vampire dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he can be a gentleman if he wants, obviously.
But I'm saying the players aren't likely to see that because you're likely to see him.
Well, you see him as an antagonist.
Right.
Which he is. But
So it's nice to see his effect on other people who see him in a different way.
yeah.
Other than just the devil and,
Well,
the
some of his
antagonist.
servants clearly serve him for a particular reason rather than just that he's the head honcho.
Yeah, but most of them are pretty, evil.
Most of them.
So when you see someone who isn't, it adds depth to the character, I think.
Yeah.
I can definitely dig it. What about you?
I think I'd probably... yeah, the dragons. Just because it's so unexpected. Just out of fucking nowhere. Oh, hey, 3 fucking wormlings. Just have fun with that right after dealing with
Yeah, you gotta wonder where the
8
fuck you got
gargoyles.
this.
Yeah.
Where you just
You're not
randomly
supposed to leave.
acquire dragons. Just as a final fuck you.
No leaving, except you left. It may seem a little silly, because I said that I forgot about him, but I am actually rather fond of the accountant. If
Yeah.
only partially because of a reaction that you had, or rather what that reaction represents. Because I remember you being surprised at the presence of a non-vampire person serving. You might have had that surprise to Radden, actually. But I think it's neat to have a human servant that is not evil that is just kind of doing their job is maybe a little disgruntled, but he's still down with it. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. And he makes it wider and more flavorful.
I think it
I'd like to
counts.
throw a shout out though to fucking Van Richten, because he definitely showed off how awesome he is in this whole sequence
Oh yeah.
by coming as Ismar, completely disguised because he doesn't want Strahd to know where he is. Whatever, Isaac. They're the same fucking person. No, that's not
No.
true. Isaac's actually useful occasionally. And certainly didn't get Irina captured. And then left with one of our horses. So Isaac is way better. I'm sorry, Isaac. I did not mean to disrespect you as such. So, but no, by disguising himself as Isaac and, like, you know, he came to help us while also covering his own tracks, showing that he's really intelligent and crafty and a skilled, like, hunter.
Oh man, he also really did screw over Isaac though. If Strahd sees Isaac, he's probably dead.
Yeah,
So,
but
that shows a cool character trait too. He's
Right.
also, you know, ruthless to evil things, which again builds upon what he was earlier when he's like, "I'm just gonna kill all evil Vistani." You could be like, "Dude, that's kind of ruthless." And if his ruthlessness was only aimed at the Vistani, you would be like, "Is he ruthless or is he just a fucking racist?" But considering he was willing to screw over Isaac as well,
yeah.
at least tips it more towards just being ruthless towards his enemies rather than just being like, "Fuck Vistani, but you're one of the good ones." Hold up.
Yeah.
You can't say that. Get the fuck out of here. So I definitely like how much weight he pulled, and yeah, it's pretty dope.
I thought I'd have to pull more, but you guys are pretty on it. I will now, before we close proper, is there a change that you would make?
It's gonna sound silly, but no, I thought it's pretty good. If I wanted to be a petty asshole, I would say, why are those fucking pointless ass rooms there? But A, I don't know if the shaft is necessarily pointless. Maybe Strahd uses it to like fly between levels of the castle really fast.
Maybe that's where
Or-
the dude would have ran to kill you.
Maybe he just
Fly.
jumped. Maybe he just jumped down that shaft. Maybe he has like a featherfall effect. He just jumped down, and that's how he got down so fast. But also, it makes sense that you would put in rooms maybe just to fuck with people. Even though I think it'd be weird to do that before you were a vampire, but technically, I don't know if stuff was added onto the castle after the fact. I'm not Chris Perkins. I didn't write the book. But no, I'd say of everything I saw, it was all good.
Honestly, if I had to guess, I would imagine it's just someone saying, "Well, not every room in a castle is important."
Maybe have the room with the fire guys with the fire thing in there, not have two weaker golems, because if you trigger those iron golems, unless you are like level 10 when you go to the castle, your party is just fucked. Two iron golems will tear you apart. Maybe it's just me, but that feels a little stiff. I don't know. Maybe he really wants that fire teleporter protected, which makes sense, but like, Jesus Christ.
I like that.
If you trigger those golems and you don't know what's coming, you are so fucked.
I like that, but then again, also in my maybe somewhat lame-sounding opinion, who is stupid enough to try to fuck with it that also doesn't deserve two iron golems?
Someone kept advocating for us to destroy it. I'm just saying.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I forgot this. Is there a change that you would make?
No. Maybe make fights harder. That's it.
Make fights harder.
Mm.
One of us nearly died getting out. Not
Maybe.
just one of us, actually.
Not
very
every
easily.
encounter was difficult, and perhaps that is ill-fitting for Castle Ravenloft. What about you?
Yeah,
Is
crazy.
there something you would change in one way or another?
The guy who tries to possess you and make you fly, I give him a staircase up to someplace high. So he could kill you either if you want
Sounds like a good.
a
idea.
change.
I could dig it.
Yeah. But other than that, not really, no. The castle was good. I thought like the psychic thing, the psychic like kind of imagery, after image of that thing jumping up out of the bloody bathtub and running along the roof was really fucking cool. Cause that shit would freak me the fuck out if I saw that in real life, even if it wasn't real. I'd be like, I'm fucking out of here. As soon as I saw that, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't care that I can kill vampire spawn or what. I'm just fucking out of here. But maybe that's just me.
For good reason. What about you? Is there anything you change one way or another?
Yes, actually. And damn you for mentioning it. I thought everybody else had forgotten about it.
No.
The bloody bathtub, I think I would change it for there to be some type of encounter in that room. Like, yes, it's expected with the bathtub, but maybe make it something like that image shoots up, and then after everybody's paying attention to it, like a corpse slowly raises itself out of the tub and tries to grab somebody and drag them in or something.
Maybe.
Some type of like stealth thing while people are distracted with the ghost or the psychic image.
See, I wouldn't do a creature. I would do a trap. I think that would be better. It's like
Maybe.
You see that image, you're freaked out. Maybe you hurry to get out of the room. You're checking for traps. You walk straight into a spike trap. Like maybe the illusion going off sets traps that are like lying dormant. So you turn to run because you're like, what the fuck is that? And then bam! Ah!
That sounds pretty clever.
Huh.
Personally,
Maybe it makes exploding runes appear if you go to check out the tub after.
No, as soon as it leaves, you notice that there's blood written on the side of the tub.
And it's explosive runes.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was just being a dick.
there's something that I would definitely change, and it kind of mirrors what Jeff has said, though, you know, it's also part of something to be expected. The encounters for the castle, like, not the set pieces, they're all pretty cool and strong, but the normal encounters that you roll, for my taste, not that strong, not that cool, except for a couple that are pretty cool. Were I to do it again, I would definitely actually go back and revise them and be like, no, let's get you guys up. I don't know if maybe they want to account for you maybe being in Castle Ravenloft at low levels, but we all know how I feel about that.
I think in a lot of games, they're probably only going to be there once, and they expect you to do the whole castle. So it's probably a lot bigger of an endurance run in that case.
Yeah.
They probably don't want the random encounters to be too hard.
It was an
because
endurance run for us too, though. We definitely would have lost if we'd stayed in there too long.
Oh yeah. Well, to be fair, we also went in at level 7. I think in most games traditionally you go in at level 10 and do either most or all of the castle in one go. So, but you don't want random encounters to be too strong because that's going to make it hard to do that.
Yeah. That's true.
Then maybe. Then again, I'm perfectly willing to make some mistakes with encounters, so
I know.
if I ever get the second chance, I'll test it out. But I'll be careful, because I didn't think about that. That's a fairly good point. I believe, unless there are any final things that anybody really wants to say that didn't get covered by any of that, that we're going to end the review of the first part of Castle Ravenloft here.
No, I think I'm good.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar billion.
Until next time, I am artist David Harper on Instagram and Twitter. I also have an animation project that I'm currently plugging away on. There may or may not be a link below, depending. What about yourself?
I'm Marvelous. You can find more of me at Lights Camera Initiative on Twitter, where I speak for some people some of the time. Additionally, you can find me on Thursdays on the Tainted Lands of Antimor, on Twitch, where I play Luca Duelar, a grave cleric of the Whisperer. And additionally, on December 24th, I think, I'll have the exact date in the description below, I'm going to be running a charity stream of monsters and other childish things for Fuck Cancer Roll Dice, which is a charity for, like, this is for cancer, not cancer research, but other cancer stuff, like counseling and
Rehabilitation, not rehabilitation.
stuff like that. So anyway, I'll have a link to the charity in the description below as well. Yeah, and that was me.
Cool. barring anything else that anybody wanted to mention. Though typically this part is pretty straightforward.
No.
It appears it will be this time too. That is it. Join us next time. But until then, goodbye.
Bye.
But
Bye.